What about how does it say we was already live for 15 seconds? What kind of technology is this? Like, how did it say?
It sound, it sounded like Scoots on a delay in life. Like,
Like,
The
they just
Mandela.
say, "Boom, you live for 15 seconds already." How? But what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? World, internet, everybody out there. We are the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas.
Hola.
what up?
I go by the name Scooter Ray. To my right, Aranya Miss. Down below, Cosmic Boss. And we here with another Car Chronicles reviews. And we're talking about one movie and one movie only.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Plain and simple. All
Oh,
right. We're going to give quick thoughts about the movie that are non-spoiler. Then from there, we're gonna dive into nothing but spoilers. So, can y'all give an overview slash review without spoiling?
I
Boss.
can. I can.
Okay.
I've seen quite a few movies this year. Many big names: Thor, Jurassic World, Multiverse of Madness. Nope. This is my favorite movie of the year so far. I am a
Okay.
sci-fi nerd. I was not expecting what was happening in this movie to happen. When the twist comes around, I was still just like, and it's funny. It's acted very well. Shout out to Kiki motherfucking Palmer and
And Daniel
the
Kaluuya,
and the new goat Daniel Kaluuya.
because both of
And
them.
you know, like this movie was entertaining beginning to end. It had so many messages, so much great acting. Um, I would just say go see it. If you're into sci-fi and horror, go see it. If you're into sci-fi and comedy, go see it. It is great. Jordan Peele does not miss. It is my favorite of the three Jordan Peele movies. Um, yeah, just go see it. Like I could give you 200 guesses as to what the twist is in this movie. You won't get it. You won't get it. I'll even give you more than that. I'll give you 2 weeks of nothing but guesses.
Oh.
You won't get what's happening in this movie.
Well, damn.
So it's just I was not expecting what was happening because I saw the teaser trailer and did my best to avoid anything afterwards. And even though I caught glimpses of the actual trailer, it still does not tell you anything that happens in this movie. So, shout out to Jordan Peele for being able to keep a secret. So,
All right.
you
Aranya.
know, yeah.
I would say go see it. I believe that Jordan Peele is the new Twilight Zone. Like in a black way. Like the new Twilight Zone. He never ceases to amaze me. That's what I'll say. I was impressed with the film. Um, go see it. Get your own opinion. I will say this, and if someone takes offense to this, you may need to look at yourself in the mirror. Some people are not going to like it, just like they didn't like some of his other films. But I also know that Jordan Peele creates films that make you think. If you can't think and you can't be bothered to look a little deeper, then maybe you should watch the Cartoon Network up in the day when they teach you numbers. Thank
Mm,
you.
Talking about Cartonita early in the morning.
Exactly.
mm.
Said what I said.
All right, now to bring up this triangle. Look here. When I went into this movie, and I was like, well, I wasn't like boss because I watched all the trailers, damn
Yeah.
near.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've seen the trailers, you've seen some of the things that was happening in the trailer. Keep that mindset. Keep that mindset because, like boss said, nah, nah. This movie was way more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, to keep it spoiler free, Kahlua and Palmer, chef's kiss.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Chef's kiss.
and
Chef's kiss.
also shout out to our boy Angel for setting up the cameras and acting his fucking ass off.
Wait. Don't tell what Angel does. That is part of spoilerness.
I mean, well,
about that.
they did show him in the trailers doing that.
So,
but
what is his name? Brandon Perea. Brandon Perea.
Hold on. We'll get into that because we don't want to get too much. But yes, this is probably my favorite Jordan Peele movie because considering I didn't like Us as much, I liked Get Out. Actually, I loved Get Out. I didn't like Us as much. And when I saw Nope and when it all ended, and I was like, how do I feel about this movie? And when I woke up this morning, I liked it even more.
Wow. Okay.
So we will give you a 10-second pause because we're gonna get into it.
Right. We need to have a countdown thing that we can put up for people to,
Well, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. All right, everybody, welcome to the spoiler field review.
The fun stuff.
Yes.
A note. All right. So when those credits hit, what was the first thing that came to your mind, Aranya?
This boy done it again.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
what was the first thing that came to your mind when the credits hit?
Like, Jordan Peele is pound for pound the best director today working. Pound for pound.
The first thing that came to my head was, what did I just experience? That was my first thought. What did I just experience? Now, this was one of the first movies. Well, I can say one of the first movies. This was one of the movies where I was literally like getting it when I watched it. Like, it wasn't one of those, I feel like I have to go watch a YouTube video.
It ain't men.
To okay, well, since I didn't see that yet. Ooh, that face. The face. I wish I could isolate that face, but it's too late now. But it wasn't one of the ones where I feel like I might have to watch a YouTube video, and if I do, it may be to support what I thought. But I guess with us three being here, we might all have three different think pieces about it. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Boss?
So when this movie started, it started with them. Well, it didn't even start with them. It started with Gordy the damn ape. So like, that was another little sub story that I was enthralled with. I was like, I need to see more of that shit.
Because the thing is, he comes walking out the blind side, arms and feet, mouth bloody.
Bloody.
You like,
what just happened?
Right.
And what the fuck?
And he just sits down and he starts tapping a foot. And that's when you realize somebody is mangled.
And when he tapped that hat off his head, he was like, man, fuck this hat.
I did get a small teaser by that. Because shout out to Mark of RDC World 1. He interviewed the cast of Nope. And he asked Jordan Peele, is there something you can tell us that's not a spoiler and that's not in the trailer? And he said there's an animal attack that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And when I saw that part, I was like, oh, so that's the animal attack. Little did we know.
Little did we know. It comes back 2 more times. And because when they show it the first time, they showed nothing but the ape, which is a chimpanzee, bloodied, as Scoot said, hands, feet, mouth, bloodied. They show a body behind a couch, and he's just like the ape is confused about what is happening or what has happened. He taps a foot, it goes into the movie, and we meet the characters. When it comes back the second time,
yeah, we're going to talk about the Gordy part. Yeah, let's go get into Gordy.
We're just going to get the Gordy part out of it. When it comes back the second time, it shows that one of the characters was there. hiding under the table. And that was a pretty quick. The third time is when it goes fucking off. They showed that they were shooting. Was it the 7th episode of the 2nd season?
And it was Gordy's birthday.
Gordy's birthday is what the episode was called, and they showed the actors and the actresses acting, basically like giving Gordy these presents, and they were like, "This present's this, that, and the other. This present's bad." The daughter comes over from the door. She was standing off camera. This was like a 1-camera setup show. She comes over with this giant box, opens it, and they're like, "That is a nice gift for Gordy." These balloons come out. And we still wondering at this moment, what set off this 8? As those balloons go in the air, they hit something in the ceiling and pop.
Probably the light.
Gordy goes insane. Now,
wait. That was the time for you to use the pun. Gordy goes 8.
Gordy goes ape shit. And like, he goes ham. Like, just
when they pan that camera and he was just Donkey Kong Congo drum beating that woman, it was like, and here when he got on the couch and you realize she was still alive, she was
still alive. Like she was moving. He was like, "Oh, you not done?" He got down, bop, 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 and then took a chunk with his face.
So what I told Boss that I know, because I watch a lot of shows about this, number one, chimpanzees, when they come into puberty, aka their birthday times, they normally go a little nuts, which is why they told people at first it was cool for them to have them, but they go nuts and they go for your nose, your face, your breath, and your genitals. I actually saw a very horrible attack happen. The man didn't have a nose no more. He didn't have no genitals. He was in a wheelchair. Like, and it wasn't actually the actual chimpanzee that they raised. It was some others. But when they go into puberty, they snap. Like, and it could be anything that sets them off. But that show was like in the 90s. And that's when they kind of started realizing that these motherfucking chimpanzees go crazy. They're not cute. They're not human. Stop putting the dice on them and naming them.
Like Scoot, you our generation knows the 90s were filled with shows and movies with 8 characters. Dunstan checks in, like Mighty Joe Young.
That was Smallville. Not Smallville.
A lot of them. Like everywhere.
And then
everywhere.
Now, this the thing, right? This the one thing that pissed me off. Old buddy comes down the stairs.
Oh, grandpa or dad?
Yo.
Now, this is the first thing I thought to myself. I'm not about to be Gordy Snot. I'm squaring up.
Right. Fuck this.
I just seen
Why did you come down?
No. That's my question. If I'm up there, I heard all this shit. I'm staying up there. This ain't a real house. There is a back hole in this wall somewhere that I'm leaping through. Gordy ain't gonna notice I'm still here.
No,
Gordy ain't gonna see me. Like,
but you want to go down and reason with the monkey.
And then you almost made it. He cut you off at the pass and beat your ass in the kitchen. And like, ain't Gordy would have never known I was still there. And like when he noticed the Stephen Yeun's character, Jew is still in the Ricky, still in the still under the table, blinded barely by a see-through curtain. When he looked at that boy, I was like, oh, it's over. I knew he was alive because he was grown. This was a flashback. But I still, after seeing all that shit, I'm like, it's over for this boy. Like, he started slow walking to him. He knocked that lamp out the way. And I'm like, I
was that liquid diarrhea running out all onto the floor.
I'd have rocketed through the ceiling.
Propelled. He tried to give him a fist bump. He was like,
and that shit was dripping like with blood.
Gordy got down. Whoever got that shot.
Oh, boy.
One shot.
They like one shot, one kill. They like,
they was like,
man,
damn, he gonna kill that little boy. Cause first responders, they was like, oh, they went in there to kill. Cause somebody called the police and was like, this
especially this being the 90s. Oh, I expected 80 cops to roll in, guns drawn. They like monkey. Bop, 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 bop. I expected 500 bullets in that boy's direction. Like,
they brought in their sharpshooter. They was like, it's a kid under that table. You cannot kill that child. Take the animal out. Hey, because that's how they do. I'm telling y'all, I watched that show. They were talking about all the people with the exotic pets and shit, how they took them out. It's only one sharpshooter that they bring in, and they like hit it in the head. Bing.
And that's what happened with Gordy.
Gordy.
Well, if y'all remember the detail, that wasn't the original Gordy. That was one of the Gordys that they used that he said. So that was also some symbolism to me as well. And I'll tie that up to the end. Because that wasn't the original Gordy. That was just a Gordy. But since that side story is over with, we meet the Haywood family. And at this point, we meet the dad and we meet OJ. Well, at the time, we didn't know his name was OJ.
Shout out to Childs for surviving and starting a ranch in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know how you got off that base, but
we knew McCready was the thing the whole time.
We knew it.
We knew Childs was the survivor.
And then he's sitting there chilling on the horse. You can hear things just thudding on the ground. The next thing you know, Pops gets struck. OJ
and here's the thing.
And Pops
here's the thing. We don't even see Pops get struck. We just noticed that OJ and Pops looking around, they hearing the shit fall, and they look up. OJ looks up and sees stuff falling. He looks back over, and Pops is slumped on the horse. Yeah. And then you see it hit the horse in the head, and then hit the horse in the ass, and then the horse just starts to move like, no, I gotta go. And that's when Pops just rolls off.
He got like in the eye
with a quarter.
No, it was
a nickel. You just a whole nickel just and got lodged in his spine and his like the lower part of his brain. Like
then the movie takes over where OJ was trying to take over the family business, which was Hollywood Haywood horses, which they Kiki or M does a great job giving the backstory of the Haywood family, and they trying to make it work without Pops. They trying to do the still, and that was the other symbolism part where it was like the horse got spooked because OJ kept trying to tell them, don't look him in the eye, stop making all the noises,
no sudden movements.
Kicked at this woman would hit a bag of flour,
or a bucket or something, and that shit went flying, and everybody got spooked. And then they brought in the green screen animatronic horse.
That was terrible. That was horrible.
They rolled that thing in on wooden wheels, like.
But then from there, we really get into the relationship of M and OJ, and I would say maybe 30 or so minutes in, I leaned to Mike because we saw it together, and I was like, why is that me and you?
Yeah,
His character is so Keke Palmer's character.
Yep, he is.
And next thing you know, the movie starts to kick off. And what made it so great, and I'm pretty sure Boss will appreciate this. To me, this movie is a better version of Signs.
Yes. So
without that dumbass twist. But
as Signs being what it was, if it didn't have that twist, it would have been a much better movie.
Because it was a slow burn. Like they was letting you know the alien was there, the ship and all that, but it was such a slow burn because they had to piece it together. Because it started off. Now, I would say this. I don't know if it's the black person in me or the person in me. I could not live at that ranch.
No.
As beautiful as that house was, as beautiful as that area was, it was nothing around it. It was isolated as fuck. Look, did you see how that darkness looked?
Look, here's the thing.
That was advanced darkness.
Me and Aranya have talked about this many times. If we hit the lotto, we are buying a large plot of land. And I'm moving my friends and family there. So just know I'm getting land like that. I'm getting a house like that. But I ain't gonna be the only one there. I'm gonna be able to look out my window and I'm gonna be able to shout at Scoot's house and he gonna hear me. Cause
in case the Roanoke teeth rain down.
Like I was the chupacabra ain't coming to get me and my dogs. Like, no.
I told boss, just like in Roanoke, and I know you don't watch American Horror Stories, but just like in Roanoke, you just minding your business and teeth start raining from the sky. See, shit like that happens when you out in the middle of nowhere and don't nobody else witness this. It's
right.
Just you and you like, how you gonna tell somebody?
You out in wide open spaces by yourself. That's when you start witnessing supernatural shit and nobody believes your ass. I'm not gonna be out there and be like, I saw a UFO today. Shut the fuck up.
What happened? He was out there looking and he was like,
He didn't say nothing to nobody immediately. Like he was like, no.
See, that was mistake number one. There's no fucking way I'm gonna be standing at the sky that long.
Well, I mean, he don't have nothing else to do. Plus, I mean, think about the trauma. Like you could see his trauma level. You were with your dad when he was killed by a random nickel, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? You took him to the hospital. You sitting there. You kept the nickel, and you still living out there. That is so traumatizing. So not only was he already kind of a withdrawn person, then he's suffering trauma as well.
Right.
So
let's give that a little bit of a backstory too, because though OJ had lived and worked with his father on this ranch training these horses, OJ never trained a horse.
Right.
That was made pretty clear. Like he was more like he was watching, he was helping, he was the helping hand, he was the mechanic. Dad trained the horses because at the very first thing at the commercial, when the people came up with the assistant came up with the actress, they were like, this is such and such who looked like I would like probably this versions of who was the chick from that soap opera in the 90s that was everywhere.
You talking about Donna Mills?
No. I was about to say Heather Langenkamp. No.
Heather Locklear?
There you go. Heather Locklear. So, yeah, like this universe's version of Heather Locklear, the aging white actress who is still somewhat pretty.
Donna Mills, she was that person, weirdo. I kept telling you that. She was in a lot of soaps and everything. That's who Donna Mills is.
They brought in Donna Mills, as Aranya claims, and so we notice like the assistant's like, where's the old man? And like, oh, he passed. Oh shit. They know Buddy ain't no horse trainer.
Nah.
He knows.
No. It wasn't the fact that he wasn't a horse trainer. He wasn't a personable individual.
But also, remember, he was not a horse trainer. Traditionally, he helped his dad like around the ranch.
I'm just saying, but you can also tell too, he was very to himself.
Yes. And so like
I don't think they understood like he's not a leader. Like, you know, like he's not
right.
I mean, so it's like he was talking about wait till my sister get here, Because his dad and his sister was more the same. They were the more dynamic,
big personalities.
People. Yeah,
correct.
He was just kind of like, look, I'm just here so I don't get fired. You know,
right?
Well, I'm just here so my dad don't beat my ass when we get home.
Yeah,
you know,
right. And so like you could see two characters in this commercial scene that were going to get character development over this movie. Well, three characters: OJ, and that boy Lucky. So shout out to Lucky the horse,
the black horse,
because like Scoot said, when they held up that little ball of whatever it was, and then they turned it around to a mirror and Lucky saw his face, he was like, nope, clack, and kicked that bag of flour, scared everybody. OJ was not a leader. He was not he was an extreme introvert. He didn't really know how to train horses. M was selfish, arrogant, and all this and that and the other. And throughout the movie, these three people grow. Well, these two people and that boy Lucky, they grow.
But I also got from that his dad was a little more, I don't know what word to use. I want my son to take over the business, not my daughter, because she wanted to do the training.
Yes.
And they trained her horse and she had to stay on the fucking inside. Whereas her son didn't really want to do that. He wasn't into it. He was just doing it to do it. So it's just kind of like, so she had to develop a bigger personality anyway to be seen because her dad always had her on the back burner.
Correct. And that tied into like one of the underlying themes of the movie was just like the broken American dream, because like you said, the daughter wanted to do something, dad wouldn't let it happen, wanted the son to take over this business. Business starts to fail or is failing. Dad dies, son tries to keep it going and keep it afloat, and it's failing spectacularly. Because remember, at this point, he had sold 11 horses that they used to make movies and shows with to Stephen Yeun's character, Ricky. And he was like, after he sold the 12th one, which was Lucky, he was like, oh, we need to talk about making a plan so we could buy some of these back. And you can see very subtly at this point, Ricky was like, yeah, we can talk about that. And then, like, every time M brought up something, interrupting them, he was all too happy to talk about this shit rather than what was being discussed. And then he started talking about the Gordy situation, how people paid like $50,000 to spend the night in this one room. Couldn't be me. But and then come to find out, that's when what was the other horse? Was it Clover?
Ghost was the first one, then Clover was the second one.
Ghost was the first. Yeah. So
I was like,
yeah. Yeah.
Now, to circle back, that first night they was looking up, Ghost got spooked.
But here's the thing. When they were in the house, M was looking out the windows like, why is Ghost in the arena? Say what?
I'm sorry.
I'm like, who put him there? Shooting? So they went out there, Ghost just in the arena, looking out in the valley, and next thing you know, he hears something, and whoom, he is gone. He hopped that fence. I told it Rodney in the theater, because he wasn't looking at the arena when Ghost hopped that fence. He was looking out into the valley. That horse leaped maybe 2 feet from him over that railing. That'd have been me. I'd have been like, that leg would have hit me, or I'd have heard that sound, and I'd have been like, bowels empty, like just the noise.
Yeah, like, but from there, they was like, OJ was like, I seen something. He's like, I seen something. So they hit up Fry's Electronics. They meet Angel, and they trying to buy security cameras and systems and everything. And Angel was like, how y'all gonna hook this up? So he basically talked him into him coming out, hooking it up, and he was like, man, this place is a lot further than y'all said it was.
Right? Because also, shout out to them going to a Fry's Electronics. We were in there just like,
we were mad as shit.
Fries? Like,
in the middle of nowhere, y'all got fries.
Fries.
And then next thing you know, he hooks it all up. And this was actually kind of one of those moments that actually made the movie kind of cool in a sense, because they told him, don't be spying on our shit since you hooked it all up.
Right.
And had it not been for him doing it,
they wouldn't have known nothing. And
well, not exactly, because OJ saw it, because OJ kind of saw it, but he didn't know for sure.
Right.
It wasn't until the next day when Angel came back to the house, spooked the fuck out.
Didn't even talk to him. Like, he was like, have y'all not noticed it? And then he went past them and started staring into the distance. And he's like, oh, so it's real. And he was like,
fam, I've been watching this feed all day, and that cloud has not fucking moved.
And they were like, say what? And they started looking, and OJ was like, for the past 6 months, that cloud has just been there.
6 months.
6 months.
6 months. Bro.
And it's at that point, we were like, like they got spooked. Like, I had not believed in extraterrestrial life or anything. And that's when they brought out Clover. Well, to go back to Ghost a bit, because Ghost took off into the darkness and OJ lost him because of how dark it was in that valley. And all he heard was the horse screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And so didn't see what it was until like the scream stopped. And then he looked to his right over the mountain and something flew between the clouds. That was it.
No, remember that light? It sounded like a stadium with people. Remember? It was like lights and all that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I would have been
Yeah, and turns out that lights was the little Wild West theme park. So
and the other thing that was happening was this alien ship did more than just cut power off. It shut everything down.
Everything.
It wasn't a ship.
Not electricity, cell phones, everything.
Shut everything. It all down. And that's what they was
where it came from.
And that's what they was telling Angel. It was like, look, can something knock out this? Angel was looking at them like, fam, ain't nothing gonna knock out a cell phone. Like
nothing.
Come on with the bullshit.
Right. And so
the next thing you know, they got on the plot to start watching. Now I'm gonna say this. That one scene when he was checking on I think it was it when he was checking on Clover or before Clover, when actually M stole the fake horse.
Oh,
and then that night when he went to go cut off the machine,
went in the barn and to cut off the lights in the machine,
and then he turned around, whipping their head out, fam. He said, he was looking at her, and he was like, "Wait a minute!" And then when the second one peeked out, nope.
Right.
The one that got punched, that was truly a Negro reaction. Yeah. Don't play with me.
Because the third
play with your kids. Like, look,
made a noise. He turned around.
Look, like, I don't know how many of y'all out there have seen that little viral social media video of them people, that dude sitting still as a scarecrow on Halloween night on that porch, and that black man and his child walk up and he stood up. don't play like that.
Don't play with me. Play with them kids.
Don't play like that. Like,
I approve this message, okay?
Because when he
turned out to be, they turned out to be Ricky's kids trying to play because they stole the horse.
Right. Talk about them getting back on the prank, and when he first turned the light off.
Hold on. Before we get to that point, the scene in the afternoon was funny as shit too. They was like, no, you can stay over there.
Right.
Hey, that horse look kind of familiar. Yeah, where'd you get
yours? And they were like, what? Oh. we got a person.
The queen of talking shit. I want
to invite y'all to our family event. Go on, just leave the flyer. It'll get to us.
Right. And like just stick your thumbs up. Just
thumbs up.
Trash.
But yes, and so like when he went and turned off those lights and there was nothing there, and he walked back and he heard and it cut on, he turned back around, that little slow step out. I like, fam, ain't no way. And he was like, nope.
It wasn't until the second one
when it just stuck his head past the doorway that he walked past. And he was in there, and M came up talking about, like, they trying to prank the Haywoods. You don't get back at pranking the Haywoods. And OJ was like, they were getting us because we stole their horse statue. And she was like, oh, yeah.
Then next thing you know, that being came around and sucked that horse up, took the flags and all, and it was like, what the fuck is happening?
I was like, did it make a tornado?
Yeah.
Like, that was my first thought. I was like, did it make a tornado? I'm
The next thing you know, it was steady going, and it was like, because now at this point of the movie, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
Like, what is happening with this movie, and why is it happening?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still in there because I'm still intrigued.
Right. Like, because at that point, once it took the horse statue, you could see the flags that were attached to the horse outside of the cloud, wherever this thing was moving.
Mhm.
So
Which was
they
crazy.
had a way to somewhat spot it. And like every time it just, like, because it was it at this point, after it took up the horse, it tried to get OJ the first time? And he ducked off into the little barn that was out there in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ducked off
So
into the barn after it snatched Clover. Then it ducked off into the barn and everything, and that's when it kind of passed through.
yes,
Kind of passed through again, and he was like, "I see you looking. I'm
right.
I see you looking." Then this is where the movie kind of really takes a turn and picks up, because Ricky's little family show was his way of bringing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky was like, hey, so for the last 6 months, every Friday around this time, something just comes out the sky and just snatches things up. And this is why he was buying the horses from the Haywood, because he was basically testing the theory, and
Right.
Lucky was
And
going to be the
capitalizing
proof.
on it.
And
Because
he
he's
was
selling
like,
tickets.
and Lucky was going to be the proof. And he was like, well, to go back to the Gordy situation, we also see his kid sister, his sister that was in the TV show.
The one
Gordy
that got
fucked
mauled
up.
and mangled.
Gordy fucked up. She had no face.
Like
She was in like a motorized scooter.
Lips.
Like
It was
Gordy,
like-
she had no lips. Like when they showed her, it was just pretty much very thin skin that was mangled on her skull. That
it
was left.
probably like a transplant skin from like her butt or something.
Right.
Something like
And when
Because
I saw that on the preview, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, was she a burn victim? Like I
that's
didn't
what
know
I
what
was
happened.
thinking.
Somebody said Gordy went bananas when it came to her. Okay, I see myself out, y'all. I see myself.
She took the wrong turn in Kong country. That's just what we gonna say. So
But so OJ realized what the plan was gonna be, and he was like, I'm gonna go get my horse. The
right.
next thing you know, that motherfucking at this time ship, because we didn't know what it was yet. We just thought it was still a ship. That ship came through, took everybody except Lucky.
Everybody, because Lucky didn't get his ass out of the glass box. He was like, no. I seen what's happening.
Everybody.
For the record, I told Boss before, I was like, that's not a ship. I was like, that's not a ship. I leaned over and I told him, I said, that's not a ship. Look how it moves. I was like, that's not a ship.
I remember when she said this, she's like, that's not a ship. I think it's a finger or something.
And then I said, I think it's throwing up. I was like, all that shit that came out, I said, that was vomit. That wasn't just paint.
Well, when we get there, we see OJ trying to get Lucky back in the ship where we thought still, circle back around, knocked OJ the fuck out.
Right.
OJ went up.
Because OJ at this point realized Lucky's all right. Everybody else in this whole place is just decimated. There was a pig on the roof who was happy and rooting.
Like, oink, 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 oink.
So he gets to the arena.
The ship, it's nighttime in the ship. It's pissed. Because once again, we thought it was. And they showed a little scene where the people was getting sucked up into it and all the screams. And that was the crazy part. You could hear the screams.
You could hear everybody in there screaming.
The next thing you know, the ship got pissed off at the Haywood house because it was like, y'all been trying to capture me and shit, and y'all been fucking with me. I'm gonna show y'all. It starts to do the same thing it basically kind of did when it killed the dad, but it regurgitated everything. Metal, blood, all of that. Poor M and Angel was just in the house going through it.
And it was making that noise.
Right.
And then
And like
that's when OJ grabbed Lucky. He's going to the house, and that's when he realized, oh shit, don't look at it. Don't make contact. Don't make eye contact. So he in the car. He look up. Nah, I'm good.
You're right.
And I love the way he looked and just locked the door like, mm-mm.
He
locked the door like he had legs and was gonna walk up to the door and be like, "Hey, open the door."
But let's also mention, before the ship got back to the house, Angel came rolling up. Like, nope, because he realized what was happening too.
Yeah,
he burst in that house. Kiki's character M was like, "What the hell are you doing?" He went to the kitchen, grabbed a knife. He was like, "Get down! It's here!" And he got under the table.
Next thing you know, the horse, the fake horse with the flags, it spits it out and teases like a torpedo. That the truck OJ was in, and it was like, oh shit, it's pissed.
Right. It landed right in the passenger side. If it had hit the driver, OJ would have been dead.
Yeah.
And so OJ cut the car off, and like Scoot said, he opened that door slightly. Nope. Closed that door, locked it, and just went to sleep.
And once again, when all of this is happening, kudos to Peele in the cinematography of it all, because you knew it was always approaching because of the overcast. It got real dark and real shadowy. It was never really overt. And basically, detail we forgot to mention, M calls the director, the director of the commercial.
I'm looking at his name. His Michael Wincott played Antlers Hoist.
Really? That's
his name. I'm looking at it.
Okay, well, they tried to call him Hoist because they want to get the Oprah shot. They want to capture it on film. And they basically try to tell him, hey, can you come out? Blah, 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 blah. He said, he basically kind of gives this cryptic response. He comes out the next day. He's sitting there looking. He's like, y'all know there's a wheelchair on your roof, right?
Also,
they was like, yeah, we know. And then he goes, I've been standing here. That cloud has not moved. But let's also mention on that phone call, she was like, she said when she got vulnerable with him, she was like, that shot you wait your whole life for it. And he went in like, you could wait your whole life for it. It'll never come. You'll die before you ever get that shot. Foreshadowing out the ass. Because like, we'll get to that part later, but like he shows up and like Scoot said, like he was like, that fucking cloud has not moved. So like now let's stop right here. We had all of this happening. What were y'all thinking around this time?
Like I said, I had already whispered to him, this is sentient. Way before it ate stuff, it threw up. Because I said it threw up, and boss went, oh shit. I said the key. I was like, the nickel. I said it's throwing up people shit from like their pockets and shit. I am smart.
Right. Yep.
And I was sitting there like, this is some bullshit.
So
I was like, it's sentient.
So to get everybody into the twist that you will never get from the trailer.
Wait, hold on. So what were you thinking at this time with the movie? When you were when it was happening before they decided to make this grand master plan to capture it on video, what were you thinking about the movie at the time?
When it was above the house and it was vomiting up shit. And at this point, you can just hear the screams. You can hear Angel and M being horrified at what they're hearing and seeing. Shit hitting the house, heavy shit, soft shit. But when the juice ran down the window.
Don't say juice.
Yes.
The juice. Look at all that juice ran down that window. I was sitting here like, this thing is not a craft. I was fully on board with Aranya's point at that point. Like I was like, this is not a craft. This is not travelers in a ship. This is not what they are. Because remember, when they got back, when Angel talked to them, and they were like, "There's 3 kinds of alien visitors. There are those that just that are explorers, looking to spread peace and explore and view shit. There are the world killers who are here to take everything and just destroy us. And then there was the what was the third one?
The ones that want to take us and probe us.
The ones that just want to take us and probe us and experiment. Yes.
So
I was like,
this is happening. All I could think to myself was, this movie is interesting, but it's like, what the fuck do Peele be sitting at home thinking about?
I've been waiting on this moment for a long time. I leaned over to Boss and I said, Jordan Peele is my spirit animal. I said, there's an episode of Monsters where the building is alive. They tell you when you move in not to put nails in the wall. And the man was like, fuck it. And he did. And the whole building started to moan. And the people that didn't do what they were supposed to do, people came in, took those people and put them in the garbage chute. The garbage chute turned out to be the thing's mouth. The building itself was alive. It was not an actual building. I said, I can guarantee. I said, Jordan Peele saw that. He saw it because it's the same kind of thing. And I was so excited. And I was so proud of myself. I was sitting there like,
because I was like, now I was enjoying what was happening because it was the suspense and it was the build.
Yes.
But I'm thinking to myself, Peele be on some other shit.
He does. And you realize that's how he was able to take over Twilight Zone. And what he is just doing is like 3 different kind of stories, all horror in a way, and just great. Like I had not been on the edge of my seat that much since
movie.
I could say the last 4 movies that had me on the edge of my seat and suspenseful like that. What the one with Emily Blunt?
That's what I said. The breathing movie. We didn't breathe. It was quiet. A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place. And Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame, because I just didn't know it was that one happened. But A Quiet Place, and Aranya can attest to this. We were in that theater, and it was packed. This was pre-pandemic. It was packed. Nobody was making a fucking sound in that theater. People in there had concessions, and they were like, "We ain't opening that shit."
Speaking of people not making a sound, fuck you to that dude who decided to answer his phone in the middle of the fucking movie that was next to Mike and I, in between some other dudes. This motherfucker sat there and had a full-fledged conversation on his phone. Like he was some foreigner, and he had a full-fledged, and I think somebody eventually said something to him. Fam, I understand the movie was quiet and sometimes, and it was just story, but fam, you literally had a full-fledged conversation, and you was loud as fuck. Like,
no, couldn't be me.
You almost got your ass whooped that day.
Right.
Plain and simple. But carry on. Now,
but yeah,
you know what? Let's let Aranya detail the next events of them making the master plan to catch it.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. When they made the master plan to catch the shots and all this, I'm thinking to myself, it's too many variables. Y'all taking a lot of chances depending on stuff. This man, number one, I don't trust someone from the outside, because we're talking about catching an alien probe. And this supposed to be your Oprah moment. You brought a total stranger in to catch said moment. Though I agree, we all did it. The
camera that he said he made himself that didn't rely on electricity.
I mean, that's a cool thing. However, when you bring in someone else, you already got Angel involved. Now you're bringing in another party that may want part of your, money or fame or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what kind of idea this is. So then y'all steal all the little wiggly vent men. What are those called? Those
wacky, inflatable, flailing on too.
Right. I'm like, okay, they stole all those. That was a good idea, and all those batteries.
Or for my wrestling fans out there, the Bailey buddies.
Here's a question that I often have in horror films. So the time lapse, because they were saying that they had to act quickly, because all those people disappeared and people were going to start to take notice. In these movies, do the people just say, fuck it, I'm not going to go to sleep? Because if I don't go to sleep, I'm going to be delirious and I'm going to fuck up something. Like, legit. Like, y'all didn't go to bed last night? Like, y'all stayed up stealing batteries and shit and placing the inflatable whaling people?
I guess in between adrenaline, excitement, and like you said, time, they got to get the shit done.
Well, I'm letting y'all know right now, if something major happens and we have to do something in a 24-hour period, if I don't go to sleep, I'm going to go to sleep. I don't have the ability to stay awake. You'll be sitting there talking to me and I'll be like this. And I'm out. So I understand the plan, okay? When TMZ person came up on the motor.
Fam.
Oh, that fool. Listen. Like, and I don't know what kind of helmet he had, because he had like a big boss Metal Gear Solid type helmet with only one eye hole on this mirror face. Like, and he had this old little roto camera, and he like, oh, so you were there. And he pulled out this tripod that connected, had a boom mic, a cell phone, and the regular camera. And he was like, so what you think happened? What happened to all those people? They were your neighbors. Don't you care? Bitch.
Get away from me, bro. On your electric bike.
And he was like, I'm going to go up that ridge. And she was like, don't go up that ridge. I'm going to go up that ridge. And boy, he said he going 60 miles per hour on an electric bike. Man, when he went up and that bike shut off, all you heard was, oh!
That was hilarious. That was fucking hilarious.
Me and Ronnie was screaming under our breath. We like, because it got real silent, and you just see him in the distance. It goes, and he goes,
crumble on the ground. Damn.
And then they said, like, oh no, he ain't survived that. He gone. And then like OJ was like, no, he alive. And then like, no, he can't be. And it got quiet again, and you just hear him. Like
broken.
He is broken.
That was
OJ was like, I'm gonna go do something stupid, y'all. And they was like, no. And he was like, where's my camera? Make sure you capture it on camera. Make sure you get it.
I need my camera. I need, like, what? No.
And then, look, I like how OJ tried to help him. He was like, sorry, brother.
He was like, fuck
right.
Because that's real shit, okay? And I skipped a word. That's real shit. All right? Look, I'm going to try to help you. I'm in danger.
Well,
fuck you.
Well, since you don't like acronyms, it's what we call RNS.
Yeah, it is. I'll take that one, because that's exactly what it is. Hey, yo, I can't. Well, fuck it. Oh, well, I tried to help you. You didn't want to get up. Fuck you. I'm out.
The next thing you know, he gets looped in that little tornado it causes. And all you hear is him, oh!
And this man, first of all, that old man arm had to be the muscliest big arm. Because this constant motion, bro, like my arm would be skinny as fuck.
Well, you gotta think he's used to it.
He is. That's why I say his arm should be like
this. Now, I will say this. For something they had to develop so quickly, that was a very well thought out plan to make the little wacky inflatable flailing on tube men pretend to be humans. And you basically kind of draw it out, which they somewhat did it and somewhat didn't at the same. Like they kind of did and didn't at the same time. And then next thing you know, Mr. Hoist, as boss told his name was, he was like, nah, man, that light, that glare. And next thing you know, he just went straight. He lost all sense. And he was looking at him like, my guy, what are you doing? He was like,
right, look, nah, he said, no, I gotta get it. I gotta get it another way. This is an opportunity. He went and got another camera, a more portable one, and got from under the tarp they were on that was camouflaged, and went and stood on this hill and started recording it, which brought back the foreshadowing of him saying you can spend your whole life going for that shot, and you will die with never getting it. And he died getting it. but it didn't matter.
Good. Like, I'm good. And the final boss form, boss laughed. I was like, the final boss form of the denim jacket.
Jean jacket.
Jean jacket.
What jacket? We just
Jean
gonna say
jacket.
jacket. Listen, wait a minute. I wasn't ready for the final boss form.
Boss.
I wasn't.
Boss. Tell me that shit didn't look like something straight out of Final Fantasy.
It did. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It ran all the things that it ran across in my head that it looked like. It looked like quite a few enemies in Final Fantasy that you would see around the third disc, depending on whichever one you're playing.
Look like Pokemon.
It looked like some Pokemon, a ghost type, to be specific. It looked like that long-armed squid that they just recently discovered, like 1 or 2 years ago, that just floats and is in the T pose the whole time.
So the scary one.
The scary one that has like the one that has like 100-foot tentacles. Yeah. But it's small and is like 2 feet wide on its body.
It was big piss.
Right.
But you know what? I will say this, and y'all know I am the queen of worthless knowledge. So there was the first episode of The Future is Wild. They were talking about how once humans leave Earth, we know we're not leaving. We're going to die here. But once humans leave Earth, they were like, what the next cycle of thing will be. And it's actually squid. And they were talking about how squid hunt and they communicate and stuff like that. And on The Future is Wild, a lot of the squid, including the land squid that they predict would be here, it looked very similar. Like there were on the land squid that were like the size of mammoths. They have these vibrating parts on the side, and that's how they communicate. And it was very similar in my head to the final form.
Oh no, it wasn't final form because it got pissed.
No, it was like, I don't like y'all. You don't play fair. I'm gonna.
Next thing you know, OJ was on one end, M was on one end, because OJ was like, look, because the original plan, OJ was like, I'm gonna draw that. And next thing you know, he put a cover over Lucky, so that way Lucky wouldn't look into it. The next thing you know, he had the plan because it was about to get M. The next thing you know, he was drawing it back to him, so that way, because once again, where this creature was at, it was like a huge EMP bomb times 2. And the moment they got out of range, M was able to start up that motorcycle. The next thing you know, we see it shoots over there to OJ, and it was like, damn.
But wait, like shout out to Angel for wrapping himself in barbed wire.
Yes. Wrapped himself in barbed wire so he wouldn't get taken. Like,
and the next thing you know, we see, one before that, Angel gets sucked up, like you said, the barbed wire spit him back out. It just throws him, and look, I'm like, this is where I stay now. You ain't about to hoist me up like that and just shoot me out.
This is where
my body won't be built to get up and try to pick up a motorcycle and ride off. This is where I live now.
Something on me is hurt, like broken.
Yes, but then next thing you know, we don't know OJ's fate. M gets on the motorcycle, draws it,
and books it.
And this was the plan we didn't know. She gets back to Ricky's little theme park, which I forgot the name of. She starts untying all these little flags. Come to find out, his giant inflatable tube man was the plan.
The giant balloon. The big boy balloon. Yes.
And then, it flows up with his finger in the air, flags all tied to it. And then what they showed earlier in the movie, there was this whale in the ground, not whale, animal.
Like a water whale.
And at the bottom, it was a camera. And where it was just littered with coins, she steady popping it in there. And why did that thing look so goddamn hard to crank?
Look.
I was like, that she's just skinny because everything looked like it was heavy. I'm like, damn, that shit look heavy.
She was trying to crank that bitch, and I was like, why did that look so hard to crank? But she's waiting. The thing is floating in the air. The alien looks like, ooh, I ain't never seen that one before.
Right.
Wait a minute. Next thing you know, she's steady trying to get pictures, and she's looking, and she's steady cranking, and it was like, fam, how hard is this wheel?
Right. It must be rusted.
Like by the time she was done, and they didn't show this when the movie ended, and they were started rebuilding their life. Her arm was like Quagmire's when he discovered internet porn.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like,
but it
because
it showed it grabbed the thing, and it showed it trying to eat, and the thing popped, and it popped that motherfucker too. It was like, oh shit.
But the Devourer of Worlds, if you look, I was telling Boss, I said, when it shows you its box, if you look at the box, okay, so I'm a little older than y'all, but we're not that far apart. Do you remember as a kid having a camera that was like this, and it had a flash on the top, and the flash, you only get like 6 shots, and if you look at because of course I was that kid, when you take the picture, the flash, it explodes and then it kind of comes back in on itself and then it's just dim. And that's each side does that when you use it. That's what the box looked like to me. It looked like when you have a flash on a camera, the old school cameras, and it went pew, and then it was not. Now, Boss didn't want to talk to me because I kept saying, if you look at it, it'll show you its box.
But next thing you know, it popped. The next thing you know, it was like, oh shit, they exploded it. Then it started looking like, damn. But because like Aranya's picture, it started to become, is it worth it? Was it worth it? Was all of this worth it?
Right.
Then, in the distance, you see all the news reporters and everything coming up because they must have called it and saw it because this wasn't a little tiny thing in there.
Right.
Like, this thing was huge. The next thing you know, possibly one of the moments that was making me a little misty-eyed because she get up and she's seeing somebody and it was like, no fucking way.
Right.
I knew.
And there he is, sitting on that horse. The dust reveals it. Like, just like, oh, come on, OJ. And Lucky, like, yeah, we made it. Look, we made it.
Who's scared OJ and Lucky
these days?
Like, Lucky was booking it.
Right. Lucky had the note mindset too, like throughout the whole movie.
He was a black horse and he was the difficult horse. Remember what OJ said about him?
Yes.
So he was the difficult horse.
Which what I was telling Mike, the symbolism, OJ being the black horse, oh not OJ, sorry, Lucky being the black horse, Clover and Ghost being white. They gone.
Yep.
Lucky had that same black person mentality. It was like, no.
Lucky was still in the box.
Right.
Okay. He was like,
Lucky saw all them people get taken. He was like, ain't my business.
I'm looking at the ground.
Ain't my business.
OJ was trying to call Lucky, and Lucky was like, I'm not coming out this box.
Right.
Right. You on your own, fam. And then OJ got knocked out because he got slammed on the ceiling. And when it was gone, Lucky came out like, yeah, all right, partner. You can come out now. It's cool now. But earlier you had me fucked up.
Like, white horse. What was the white horse's name? I keep forgetting.
Clover and Ghost.
Ghost and Clover.
Ghost is the one that ran towards the noise, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Say woke, viewers.
The symbolism.
Say woke.
Very much so. Like, oh my goodness.
When them credits hit, I was like, what did I just see?
That boy did it again, is what you saw.
Right.
And I was not, because like Mike was saying he was a little disappointed in the movie. And I was like, I think he slowly started to change his tune. But I was sitting there like, I enjoyed this. This is what M. Night Shyamalan signs should have been.
Right. And to say it more plainly, if viewers, if you hadn't caught on, this was not a ship with explorers or a spaceship with aliens. This was an alien creature that could transform itself to look like a ship, but when it wanted to open up, but so it was a creature feature essentially.
Aranya said it earlier, and I kind of agree. I really want to know where it came from.
Are there more?
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, because remember, Stephen Yeun's character Ricky said It had just showed up one day 6 months ago, and they had the horse out there, and it took it, and so he was feeding it, which is why it stayed in this area.
Like
so it probably was just like, it probably just visited our planet and then was gonna leave, except he fed the damn thing and kept feeding it. So don't feed wild animals, people. Stop that shit.
Another thing did y'all notice when they went to his office, he had a pair of scissors that looked like the scissors that was in Us?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I just want to show the parallel between Gordy and the jean jacket.
Oh, jean jacket. Oh, yeah.
You fed it and everything, and you thought, okay, it's cool. But at the end, it went fucking crazy. Final boss is about to tear shit up, just like Gordy did.
Gordy went from mild mannered to
wild animals.
Everything.
Or wild animals too.
Right. And also, going back to Gordy, remember, Gordy attacked if you made noise, the girl. The dad or grandpa coming down the stairs trying to run, looking at him. He like, oh no, I got you too. The only time he didn't really attack was when old buddy, the boy, looked at him and hung his head, and he slowly walked up to him.
Right.
And that's when he got capped. So, there was a whole parallel going on with that. So it wasn't just in there as background for Stephen Yeun's character, who was not even in the movie with all that much screen time.
No.
So,
but like I said, because again, queen of worthless knowledge, when you think about all those animal shows, like they say, if you see a hippo and it yawns at you, don't yawn back. It's not being cute. You know what I'm saying? You don't make eye contact with certain animals and things of that nature because they will attack you because they like, oh, you ready? Let's go. And they strong.
Right. Don't turn your back on a tiger. If a gorilla squares up with you, don't look it in the eyes.
Right.
Look down at the ground and you get low and back up.
Yep. I'm so sorry, sir. I did not mean to upset you in your natural habitat.
So, you gonna stop playing with these animals. Like, shit.
Exactly.
And don't be like Mystical.
Don't
be like Mystical when he
don't be in the forest fighting a bear, cause I ain't gonna help the bear because the bear won. Like,
don't be like Mystical.
Polar, grizzly, panda, black, it won. Period.
Koala, all of them. Don't be like Mystical.
Shit.
They teeth are brown and they have disease. They are going to kill you, or you're going to be sick. We are soft humans. I need people to realize that
we are bags of haggis, and the animals are all Scotsmen. Understand that. Understand it. That's it. We are only bags of haggis. That's it.
People need to chill out.
Overall, I thought this was an amazing movie. Like, it's not even so much the sci-fi, whatever. I'm just a sucker for these type of movies. Like, I'm just a sucker for some suspense, for some, like, I don't want those movies with the fake deeper meaning. Like, this movie actually has some meaning when you break it down and think about the parallels, because also too, it also had that deeper moment of our need to want to capture things and capitalize, because that was the plan, because they knew since the family was going broke, not only could we capture it, but we'll be the ones with the power, so they can offer us stupid money to see pictures of this thing, because we would have real photos, not blurry, and so it was all of that, which that picture she did get at the end was fucking amazing. But
that camera in that well took a damn good photo for it had to be something cheap.
The fact that these people, in essence, in this little town are dead, and TMZ is here with their little camera trying to get anything they possibly can. Nobody's sad that these people are dead. They're missing. The odds are that they're dead, and you're like, oh, so did you know
40 people just disappeared?
Yeah, 40 plus people gone in an instant. And like
y'all just trying to get the next scoop to post on social media,
But yeah, anything y'all want to say before we wrap it up?
We love you, Jordan Peele.
Right.
Yes.
We needed you here.
I can't wait to see what you do next.
Same.
Yeah. I love all your movies.
Whatever 1 word or 2 word movie you got coming next, I can't wait. This is probably one of the best creature feature I've seen in the last 20 years, and that includes The Shallows.
Oh, The Shallows. You know what? If creature features were more like this, I'd probably like them more. Because I don't care about a lion in the forest. I don't care about an alligator or a shark. I don't care. I don't care.
Will not disparage
They would have
that
said,
beautiful man before the movie even comes
I ain't
out.
seen no beautiful man.
The movie has not even came out yet.
Not with no
You
lion.
can't be disparaging something that hasn't came out.
They would have said, I don't really care for those types of films about a school of fish or whatever, but this unknown creature, like, give it to me. Like, yes, please. But I don't care
what made
about
the host so good.
Huh?
The host?
Oh, yeah. I thought you said
was it with Korean horror movie? Japanese horror movie?
Korean. Yes.
Korean. Yeah, it's like I like that shit. Give me that weird sci-fi shit in there, please. I don't really care. And Boss can attest. He knows I don't care about no giant snake or a small snake. I don't care about regular creatures. Give me something different. I don't want to know about a ravenous Komodo dragon. Like, leave me alone. So I loved it. I thought it was great. Shit, you all right over there?
Oh no.
Oh no, what's happening?
Oh no.
Is it gone?
Oh.
Did they come for you? Is the hurricane here? That's the floor? What's going on?
All right, I'm good.
That was a lot.
It was.
Right.
So yeah, y'all go
YouTube video exclusive.
I mean, I guess at this point, if not everybody who watches the spoilers has seen it, but if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you've seen it, go fucking see it again. You know what I'm saying? We support Jordan Peele. Boss and I were actually talking about that. We want to go see it again.
Go see it again. Shit.
Yeah, Michael talking about possibly seeing it again.
Yeah, like, Jordan Peele, he be thinking outside the box. Love it. Love it. Love it. We thank you for this summer greatness.
You heard it from here. It's a 3. It's a 3. Yeah, for nope.
Absolutely.
2 thumbs up. And you know what? I think I might have to second Boss that this might be my favorite movie of the year so far.
Right.
And before I go, I really do want to highlight. I don't know if they know each other in real life. That's just great acting. But really, truly, shout out to Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki, because their chemistry together was just amazing. You would have thought they were siblings for real.
Yes.
If you have not watched Daniel Kaluuya's Hot Ones, go watch it. He talks about where he channels his emotion from in acting, and it is good. He's awesome. I knew he was awesome when I saw him in Black Mirror, living in that little box in them drawers. I was like, this boy here got talent. I was like, somebody get it.
Here's the thing.
Somebody get it.
I knew he was great, but I didn't know when I would see him again when he was in Doctor Who with David Tennant's Doctor.
Look at
like that TV movie they made when they stuck on that bus with all the flying manta rays that were eating people.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen Judas and the Black Messiah. He was amazing.
Oh, yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, so good.
He's amazing. He's an amazing actor. And I hope that, because I read some article that he was about to stop acting when Jordan Peele actually got in contact with him to do the film. And I was like, don't stop acting. This is your calling. Like, you are good, boy. You are good. Like, he's awesome and dope as hell.
But yeah, thank y'all for sitting here, listening to us talk about Nope. And, in the comments and things below, if you didn't enjoy it, let us know. If you did enjoy it, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how y'all felt about Nope. Because you get 3 yeses out of us.
Yeah. But if you found something we didn't talk about, let us know.
Right. Like, if you noticed anything we missed, let us know, because we're going to watch it again.
Yeah.
Y'all got any movies that y'all about to get ready to go see soon or coming up, or y'all can think of?
What comes out the first weekend in August?
Let me see.
Bullet Train.
Oh yeah, we're
Bullet
definitely
Train,
seeing
yes.
Bullet Train. Also, we are going to do a celebratory video, guys, because we reached 100 followers on Twitch. Yay!
Oh
Thank you
shit,
guys for
yes.
your support. So we are going to do something special. We're not going to say what we're doing yet, but we are going to do something special. We're going to do probably a live stream of us doing something crazy. So we appreciate the support and the love, seriously, from the bottom of all of our hearts, because this has been a journey and we work hard at this and we just want to bring good quality content to you guys.
Bullet Train and Bodies comes out on the same day.
Okay, see, I didn't know when Bodies was coming out. All right, cool. But thank y'all for rocking with us. We appreciate y'all. On behalf of myself, Scoop, Aranya, Boss, we thank y'all. Be on the lookout for us. We got the Quarry playthroughs being uploaded slowly but surely. YouTube, stop copyright claiming. It's how the hell they're gonna have a streamer mode, but y'all still copyright claiming. Stop being punked.
Right.
But yeah, you know, we got a Houston Horror Film Festival review that'll be uploaded too around this time, which one pops up first. But yeah, thank y'all for rocking.
Thank you.
We appreciate y'all. And
go watch the new Black Panther trailer. Do it.
Man, I'm gonna be a wreck. I'm going to be an
I'm taking tissues to the we gotta rent suits and we gotta be dappered down up in that
I'm
theater.
going to be an emotional mess. But thank y'all. And of course, at the end of the day, we just want to make our Ninja Village proud.
Absolutely.
Already.